A lot of translations, as you know, have this title for this psalm, this
Mm,
famous Psalm 2,
mm-hmm,
coronation.
mm,
So they say it has nothing to do with a literal birth.
mm,
Coronation psalm for a king
mm.
in the Old Testament.
Well, they
Beget-
made it up because the New Testament applies this. Today I have begotten you, applies the begetting of the Son, not to the coronation or the second coming. So I use the New Testament to interpret the Old. Today I've begotten you. That text is used of the begetting of the Son. And that's Matthew 1:20 and Luke 1:35. Because of the miracle, actually the Greek is even clearer, precisely because Dioke. It's exactly for this reason, i.e., the miracle in Mary, that he'll be called the Son of God. To be called the Son of God means you are the Son of God. That's not so hard. Mary had a baby by miracle. That was the begetting of the Son. So they just threw us for a loop there with that comment. Who said it was for some vague king? Where? How do you know that? The New Testament doesn't agree with that. It certainly doesn't say that Jesus begins to be the Son at his coronation. He begins to be the Son when all sons begin. That's in the womb of their mothers. And of course, Adam, as we know, was the Son of God. Now, he's an exception, doesn't have a mother, but he's supernaturally created. Adam was the Son of God. Jesus then is the super Son of God, if you like, to the nth degree, and that's a miracle wrought in the womb
Right.
of Mary.
Well, the issue as well is that the psalm specifically cited only a few times
Mm-hmm.
in the New Testament. So we
Mm.
have Hebrews 1 5 and 5 5. Now,
Yep.
in context, the majority of
Mm-hmm.
very reputable scholars, including one of our favorites,
Mm-hmm.
James Dunn, says that the psalm in, for example, Acts 13, is in reference to his resurrection from the dead. 29, when they had carried out all that was written, says Paul,
Mm-hmm.
concerning him,
Mm-hmm.
that is Jesus, they took him down from the cross, laid him in a tomb,
Yes.
but God raised him from the dead.
Yes.
So that's that first one.
Absolutely.
And for many days he appeared and so on.
Yes.
And we preach to you the gospel. So that's
Mm-hmm.
part of the gospel, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
the resurrection, not the
Obviously.
whole gospel, but part of. And then 33, God has fulfilled this promise
Mm-hmm.
to our children in that he raised up
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, another raising word, as it
Exactly.
is also written
Mm-hmm.
in Psalm 2:7. Now,
Mm-hmm.
the issue is that obviously in context, Anthony, it
Yeah.
sounds like Paul
Mm-hmm.
is using, because he's talking about the resurrection, he's then employing, if you will, Psalm
Yeah.
2:7 as a proof text that God has raised them from the dead.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what he does in verse 34. There's a contrast. Verse 33 is a reference to like raising David, putting him on the human scene. That's exactly, you're my son. When did Jesus become the begotten son? When he began to exist. Now, 34. Now, as for the fact that he raised him up from the dead, there's the difference. Then he gives you another verse for that. So the resurrection is in 34. The coming into existence is in 33, quoting that very psalm, today I've begotten you.
Why would Paul break the harmony, if you will, of this
Mm,
passage? Because it's mostly about the resurrection. All the raising up
mm. Well, what
phrases.
about David? David is in this passage too. God raised David. Is that resurrection? He did not become the Son of God. He wasn't begotten at the resurrection. That's just false. It should not read in 33, raised from the dead. The King James gets that quite wrong. In 34, it's certainly a resurrection text, but 33 is putting him on the human scene because David was raised up too. He wasn't resurrected. That's a very important point. You see, the devil is trying to obscure, muddle, confuse the origin of Jesus. So we need to be quite clear. And at our site, focusonthekingdom.org, if you look at the search engine there, we've dealt with that point.